y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing another story time, and it is about roommates from hell. This happened back when I was living in Tampa and I had my own, well, before I had my own place. I did like this type of in Tampa they have like college apartments that you can roommate with other people. So I ended up roommating with 3 other girls that I did not previously know, and we all went to like different schools. I went to like a community college, they went to like a university, and then like the 4th girl went to like a whole nother university in Tampa. So we all went to different schools, we have different backgrounds, and we all live together in each apartment. You know, we would share like the common areas. We would share like the kitchen, the living room, wash and dryer room, of course, and dining room and things like that, balcony. So after a couple of months living with these girls, at first it was like pretty cool. You know, I just was like wanted to experience the college life without fully getting into like actually living in on with a dorm. And we each had locks for our bedroom, so I thought it was cool, you know. And like I said, the first like maybe 2 months it was okay. It was pretty cool. So after those months though, things started to take a left, and I would notice things like they were a different color than me, but I would notice things like they were, for one, closer to each other. They almost seemed like they knew each other for like longer than I known them. I was the 3rd girl to come in, and then it was a 4th girl that came in after me that was from New York. She was pretty quiet, but she also kind of she meshed well better with them. And after like those first 2 months, it began to take a left, because I started to notice that I was the only person cleaning the house, keeping the house clean. I was the only person like making sure things that was old getting out the refrigerator, and you know, just keeping it clean, because you know they were filthy. So that was one of the things that like we couldn't agree on. They were really filthy. They were like a nasty filthy. Like one day I caught a pair of underwear on the counter, and it was used. Like it wasn't new underwear. It wasn't like underwear that wasn't worn or anything. Like used underwear. Sis, when I tell you that I walked by the counter and I smelled something, and it smelled like soiled, and just I was like trying to really think like what is that smell coming from? Like I cannot like I can't take it. Like what is that smell coming from? I panned over to the counter, and one of the roommates had her underwear, her thongs, in the kitchen on the counter. Disgusting as fuck. So that was like a really red flag for me. Is I was just like, okay, y'all hoes are very, and excuse my mouth, but y'all hoes are very nasty. And you could tell she had just got home, because this one particular girl, she used to like leave a lot of the times during the night. Like maybe she had a boyfriend, or maybe she just had multiple men in her life, and she would come back a lot of the times like in the middle of the night. This time she came back like in the morning, and you could tell like when she got home, I don't know if sis forgot like her panties was like in her hand, but she sat like her wallet, her keys and stuff on the counter along with those dirty drawers. That is disgusting as fuck to me. So we had to get that in check. And then they used to come over with their loud friends. I'm an introvert, but I also understand people having fun. And we was like in college, we was like, what's up? You know, like we just was, you know, partiers, but we, you know, I was more reserved than them. But they would come over with their loud friends. They would come over and just like drink to all hours of the morning. They would come over and just be loud, wrestling. They were just like inconsiderate. And then it was this one particular instance not the girl, not the panty girl, but the other roommate that was there before I was there. Those two seemed to be real close, and their rooms were like right next to each other. My room was across, and the other girl that was new was across from mine. So their rooms were right next to each other. I would always see them in each other rooms. I never, which is weird because I stayed with these girls for, I think it was like maybe 4 to 5 months. Like, I would say at least 4 months I stayed with these girls, and I have never stepped foot in the girl that I'm about to talk about room. I need to start naming them. Panty girl, we're gonna name her Annabelle. So Panty girl is Annabelle, and we're gonna name the other girl that I'm about to speak about Susie. So I've probably been in Annabelle room like one time, the 4 months of me staying there. Susie, I don't think I never stepped foot in her room, and if I did, it was like real quick for like a minute, and it was one time. But they were always be in each other rooms and talking and stuff, so I already knew like they were closer or whatever, and I was cool with that. But Susie started like getting bold with it. Like, she clearly had a problem with me, and I don't know if it's because like I was way more just chill and relaxed and asked them, and I guess you could say our personalities just didn't mesh well, because they were like party girls. They were just like typical college students, you know, or whatever. But Susie started like, I wouldn't say throwing shade, but Susie started like, she'll start doing like little stuff. Like, she'll walk by me and like breathe hard, or she'll like do things to get her slapped. Like, she will do things like probably like size me up, or just doing stuff like that, because it became to a point where I was like, y'all need to get this together. Like, and it got to a point too where I was just like, I'm not about to be cleaning after these people, these grown ass people. Like, I'm not your maid, because I think that's what they kind of enjoy. They knew Chenelle would handle it. Chenelle would keep it clean. Chenelle would do this. Chenelle would do that. And it got to a point I was like, I'm not doing this no more. Like, we have to all come together to keep this place clean and to do things, you know, to keep it together. Susie, I guess, didn't like that as well, so she'll do like little catty stuff. And one day she was just staring at me, like, not just like a regular stare. She was just like she wanted a problem, and I was about to give it to her. So one day I was coming out my room, and she was staring at me again. Like, she would never like really say what was on her mind, but she would always just be staring at me like she wanted an issue, and I was about to give her that newspaper. So one day I came out of the room, and I'm like, do we have a problem? Do we have a problem? She full blown just, I don't know, what is wrong with you? What is your problem? And just getting real bold. Like, Susie, like, do you want these hands, sis? Because we can handle it. So after that, I snapped on that bitch. Like, straight up snapped. And of course, what she did, she played the victim. She called the cops on little old me when she started it. She called the cops on me. It got so bad between me and her that he was like, one of y'all gotta move out. Y'all can't live together. And so I was like over it at this point, and to me it was kind of like I was different than him. So I just was like, I think it's just in my best interest to just be the one to leave, and I was gonna be the bigger person. So I ended up leaving, and what they ended up doing was putting me in another unit, but they ended up moving me to these other girls' apartment, and I was probably there from the span of a week. In the middle of my school semester, I had to deal with the hell on earth with the other roommates, you know, not cleaning after themselves, panties on the counter, screaming to the top of their lungs, doing like little shady stuff, to me staying in another apartment. And it was kind of the same, but these girls were more partiers. They were like louder. They had funnels. They was drinking out of the funnels, honey, on the ground, like on all fours drinking like real party people. They was way more wild than the other girls. Got along with them for the most part, but one day, and everybody seemed cool at first and things like that. One day I went to sleep on a regular night. I woke up to my mama calling me, and my mom said, the first thing out of her mouth, she said, "You have to pack your stuff and you have to move." I'm confused as shit. I'm like, I gotta move? I just moved here. Like, literally just moved here like a week ago. What you mean I gotta move? She said that the lady from the office had one of the girls in the new apartment tell her that I was trying to attack her. She said that to the lady at the office. So being that the situation had just happened with the other girl and she called the cops, even though I didn't do anything to her, they, I guess, started to wonder like what is going on with this girl or whatever, which is absolutely nothing. But the girl lied and said that I had tried to attack her the night before. I went to bed early and was not out sleep. Like, I slept good. And they were cool. I was totally like caught off guard with that. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I ended up like slowly packing my stuff, and my mom came and my sisters and things like that, and they were like helping me pack, and I'm still trying to put the pieces together. All the girls in that unit, they were all gone. The whole time I packed, they were all gone. They knew to leave the house, like, because they knew they lied on me. And I'm trying to put the pieces together, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, why do I have to move? When we started putting the pieces together, we found out that the girls went to the same school as the previous girls, and they were all friends. So when I felt out with one girl, Susie, they, I guess, got wind of it and put two and two together. Yeah, I guess they caught wind that I was the same girl. And since they were conniving and just was like, we hate this bitch, they ended up lying on me to get me kicked out of the second apartment. Because they was friends with the other girls. So they straight lied on me and told the office that I was trying to attack one of the girls and to get me put out. And that's exactly what happened. So in the middle of my school semester, and I'm not even from Tampa, mind you, I'm from the city over, I had to end up leaving Tampa because I had nowhere else to go. And when I moved out, they had a nice little note for me on the kitchen counter. And this goes to show that they were planning to get me kicked out and lied on me. I think I even tried to show the office lady, and I think she took it. But after that, like, I don't think, like, nothing happened on their side. I think they still lived there or whatever for, you know, until they graduated. But basically the night was, the note said something in Spanish, and I'm not real good at Spanish, but it said something in Spanish, and then at the end it said pussy with an exclamation mark. So I don't know if it was like, got you pussy, good luck pussy, that's what you get pussy. Like, I don't know what it said in Spanish, but I do remember that it had the word, the P word for in Spanish. So I ended up having to move back to my hometown where I was from. And after that, I tried going to school in another city, catching about 4 buses to get to my school from my hometown, because it was like maybe 20 minutes away from Tampa. And I kept trying to stay in school, and I just could not do it. I couldn't do it, and I had to like stop for like a half a semester until I could like get my student loan money again to get like an apartment for myself. And that's where I was able to move back to Tampa by myself, because I said I wasn't going to do the roommate thing again. And I ended up getting my own apartment, which kind of plays off of the first story time when they offered me a threesome when I said I lived by myself in my own apartment. That's how that came about. I didn't automatically go to school over there and just get my own apartment. I tried the roommate thing, I tried the college experience, and they were roommates from hell. What I should have done was get with some people that I could relate more to and made sure. It was to the point where I was like leaving my food, like all my groceries, in my room, in my locked room, because I'm like, I don't know what these heifers about to do. Like, I don't know if they finna do something to my food, to my drinks. It was to the point where if it wasn't sealed and like sealed shut, like I was not leaving it in the kitchen, period, including my bowls, everything. Like everything was on the floor around my bed, like all types of food and drinks. So yeah, that was my experience with living with a horrible ass group of females, roommates from hell. They got together in both units and got me kicked out of student housing. It affected my grades because I had to stop for like a half a semester, because just getting to and from, just one way would be like 4 buses to get me to and from school. It was just too much. I don't care how much I dislike somebody, I would never stop their schooling. I would never get them kicked out and knowing that it could mess up their schooling. What if I was like 3 hours away from my house, from my hometown? Like, I just would never do some stuff, and them girls did it to me. But we were just totally different people. So yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe. If you have a horrible roommate story, please leave a comment below, and we would like to discuss and talk about it. And please stay tuned to my next videos coming up. I told you I was gonna get it right this time as far as the vertical video. I had forgot to turn my phone. So yeah, thank y'all. See y'all next time. Bye.